We are Social Blade.
As a fellow Canadian, I welcome you. You're the first Canadian we've had on Social Blade, so I'm honored, not only because you're a beautiful artist, but I have to be biased and say, because you're Canadian. So, um, just from watching the video last night, I can't get that song out of my head.
The
I'm
person
I'm
whom you're
now
trying to reach
inserting my
is
own
currently on
words
a...
That's
and
good.
adding to it, and it just sticks in my head, which is amazing. And what was it that made you first come up with the concept? What made you come up with the concept for the song?
The
What
concept
inspired
comes,
you to Twitter love?
well, I was playing, of course, I wanted to get the Twitter sound in there, the Twitter word, I mean. And at some point, I was just playing with words, and I sang something that was "Twitter me some love," and I said, "Okay, can I say that?" And I checked in the dictionary, and so they were referring. The Twitter term refers to old ladies chattering together. So I kind of said, "Okay, why not people chattering?" But I saw it as sending quick sounds like birds do, but also like sending out the love. And the whole concept of the track is that on Twitter, from my own experience, I've been on different social medias before, and I still am on YouTube or MySpace or Facebook. And on Twitter, I have the sensation that I'm traveling the world. It's more obvious to me, maybe because of the real-time aspect to it, but I felt that I was exchanging with people at different levels. So sometimes it's information, sometimes it's different knowledge or skills or how-to or things like that. But I have a little tendency for things that are inspirational, because I'm I've been going through life challenges and needed help, and actually ended up reading tons of self-help books like the Deepak Chopra's or Eckhart Tolle and things like that. So I decided at some point to publish lines or quotes or things I'm actually, because I write a lot, on a day-to-day basis, and I wanted to convey that to people, because I told myself sometimes you just need something, that a phrase that you get in one day, in one afternoon, and you're lost, and then boom, this creates something. It triggers you. It's not going to save you, but at least it's going to help you. And so I figured that as an artist, of course I can help, or in some ways with my music. But on Twitter, it's not only about music, it's about other people, other human beings. So I decided to do what I'm actually doing and have been doing for years with all my friends, who could tell you that I take time with people to help them in different areas of their lives, because I'm really like a hard worker. I've had like life challenges, and it really showed me different things on life, and I feel compelled to share that as well. So my Twitter profile is a mixture of course, it's related to my passion toward music, toward my blog, and those things, but it's connected to art in general. I have a passion for photo. I have a passion for self-growth and well-being and music. All of this is this is me. This is really the real me. This is what you get if you're friend with MARCOME. So the song is actually representing my Twitter profile, which is a mixture of exchanging with all the people throughout the world and spreading the love. Also in the lyrics, I'm referring to the musical kiss. Well, this is something I keep on sending when I want to say thanks for the retweets from people. I send them a musical kiss, and I send them greetings, I send them angels, I send them prayers or things like that. So it's really a total connection with my my idea of who I wanted to be on Twitter, and that's how I live my life basically. And so what inspires me, I wouldn't put something there that I wouldn't connect with. It really needs to trigger me, and I don't want to say to people, well, just think you're going to become millionaire and you'll be. No, gee, no. I mean, there's so many things going on out there that are supposedly helpful and are not. They just bring the people even more down than they were before they tried that trick. So
you can definitely see your passion in all of your YouTube videos as well, not just on Twitter. And you know, as a fan of Eckhart Tolle myself, I must say that you explain the beauty of life and the way you see it in a spiritual sense, and it really is uplifting. It you can't not watch one of your videos and feel, wow, that's spiritual. That's something I can connect with. And I find that entertaining, but also you, like I watched a video today and you had words and with your music in the background along with photos that you took time to find, and it was just, I was just like, wow, you know, it was like a moment that, you know, I came into the now and I felt connected with you. So you definitely share a presence that is approachable and kind and very sweet. So it's an honor to have you. I do want to apologize to the audience. I didn't mean that she was our first Canadian. She was our first female Canadian. We have had a male Canadian on, so they pointed that out as well. But I believe Pat should be back now, and
Yeah, I am.
okay, and so I'm gonna pass you back to Pat because I'm sure he has lots of questions
Yeah,
for you as well.
Aaron, you're asking great questions. If you want to continue to ask, I mean, I got a couple other questions, but I mean, there's plenty to ask
Okay.
her. Because, I mean, go ahead, because when you, as you finding out, when you talk to her, she's just filled with knowledge. So go ahead.
I know we spoke to MARCOME just for the audience's knowledge. We spoke to her last night, and she is full of knowledge. She was explaining to us her presence on social media. But I want to ask you, MARCOME, what has inspired you to incorporate your music with social media?
Wow, I don't know. It was shown on the way. As an indie artist, honestly, you need, if you self-promoting yourself as I am doing, I used to be signed with record companies, and I got out of all those contracts in 2005 only. So I started from scratch in 2006, and I had been signed to big record labels, and my first album went around the world. It's still being used in Japan on television. And so, you know, I was getting that feedback from all over the planet through those record companies. The big problem is getting paid. So you get a Christmas card, though, but you don't get any royalty statement. So after a few licenses like that, after all those years since from 95 to 2005, I actually had to sue some of those guys and things like that, but it takes a long time to get rid of those contracts. And so you don't have, I mean, that's the way to go. You need to be on internet unless you'd be a performing artist for concert, local things, local music. For example, if I do traditional music, French from Quebec or something like that, I wouldn't need necessarily to be on the web. But my music is international. It's for people speaking any languages, since I'm using wordless language most of the time. At least half of my record have no lyrics. It's onomatopoeia or you know, a wordless language, invented languages. And I love doing this. I still do it all the time. So I don't have any frontiers. And when I saw the results with the first CD, actually, even though I was you know, screwed by the record companies, I had some messages. I decided to do a website at some point, and I was getting contact from fans, and I knew that I should spread my music further away. And so social media is something, you know, I started on MySpace, and I spent lots of time on MySpace. That's really different than Twitter from my perspective, and that's really my opinion, really, where I felt I was more stuck into the artist position. So people come to you, but it's not as fluent. It's not as open as a structure. And then I moved to, I liked it, but it was just, I just felt a bit confined. So I eventually, of course, moved on to YouTube as well at the same time. But I had just one or two videos at the time. So nothing happened much there on YouTube at the very beginning.